It's a glorious day in the city by the bay as the NFL on CBS brings you an NFC West matchup. The Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Ryan here at Candlestick Park. Two teams in the NFC West, both off to shaky starts, both having the same kinds of problems, both hoping to repair them today. I'm joined by Matt Millen here at Candlestick. And Matt, we're seeing two teams struggling here in the early going, both with quarterback questions, both with problems on defense. Down in Atlanta, they have gone to Bobby Hebert quarterback.
Yeah, and it was a pretty simple decision. Chris Miller wasn't getting anything done. They brought in Bobby Hebert, and almost automatically points started happening on the board. And Bobby Hebert is a guy who knows how to play this game. He's been here. He brings some improvisation that they haven't had to that offense. But offense isn't the problem. Defense is the problem, where they're dead last in the National Football League. One guy, though, who knows how to play the game, they went out and brought him from San Francisco, is Pierce Holt. Pierce Holt is playing like the all-pro that he was last year, and he's having a great year so far this year.
Special enthusiasm as he returns here to Candlestick today, no doubt. Now for the 49ers, of course, Steve Young, 6 interceptions in 2 games. Media on him, and he's not feeling real good. Yeah,
not only is he not feeling good about his thumb, he's not feeling good about the turnovers. He's got the flu. I saw him before the game. He's shivering and shaking. He's looking for a shot of adrenaline to get him going. I think it's going to be very important for him to start fast. That defense right now is lacking identity. They don't really know who they are. They're young. They're looking to get a good head start to see the game today. Watch for them to start fast, and a good, strong defense will carry them, Tim.
Well, the Falcons will have the ball first, and I think they have to feel good about that. They would very much like to get a jump on the 49ers here today. George Seifert on the sidelines for the 49ers, hoping to get them turned around from last week's defeat. They lead in this series, and last year, as you can see, they absolutely killed the Falcons, scoring 97 points to 20 in sweeping Atlanta in the 2-game series in the NFC West. Tony Smith is the deep man. David Mims back there with him, and Eric Pegram. And Pegram will be starting on offense today as the running back for Atlanta. They have made a number of changes. We'll document those for you. Kofer's kickoff deep in the end zone near the end line. And Smith will not bring that out. Bobby Hebert, the former New Orleans Saint quarterback, coming over as a free agent to Atlanta and stepping in game 2 as Miller struggled. This is his offensive front. Ken with Roman Fortin starting for the injured Lincoln Kennedy, and although Kennedy is expected to play, Dukes, Hinton, and Whitfield. Kennedy with a sore toe. Pegram, the running back, Risen, Hill, Pritchard, and Haynes, the 4 wide receivers. And evidently they've decided to give Kennedy a shot with his sore turf toe and all on first down from the 20-yard line. Pegram would hold off tackle right, and Pegram spins his way out near the 28-yard line. Defensively for the San Francisco 49ers, they're starting with their dime defense against this 4 wide receiver set. So Kelly and Harrison on the outside, 2 linebackers. Washington and Dennis Brown in the middle. Hall and McDonald, a pair of safeties with linebacker Bill Romanowski. And then 4 backs, Griffin, Davis, Magruder, and Hanks. Second down and just a long yard for a first down for Atlanta at their 29-yard line. Pegram again. Another good hole at the left side this time as the 3rd-year man from North Texas State picks up the first down out to the 40-yard line, tripped up by Magruder.
And Tim, I think the important thing right here is that Atlanta really got away from being a run-and-shoot team, and they turned into a shoot-and-run team. Right now, these first 2 plays, they're countering what San Francisco has done by giving them the dime look, and they're just coming out and they're becoming a run-and-shoot again. So what happens, you get the defense, give you the nickel, you just pound the ball up there. So far, 2 good runs and another first down.
Hole for him, and nice running by Pegram. A first down to the 49er 42-yard line where Tim McDonald got him.
Hey, this is easy to see what June Jones wanted to do. He's going to come out and know he's going to get the look. We're just going to run the ball right up, and everything happens right here. Watch the blocking up front. It's a draw. Just run Pegram right up. I tell you have to get people to tackle the ball carrier, especially in that front. Those nickel people have to turn into linebackers in this kind of situation.
Steve Broussard has come in for Drew Hill as one of the 4 wideouts. Broussard can also be at running back today. Eric Dickerson on the sidelines with a neck injury. Actually, vertebrae in his column near the net. This is Broussard. And not much room for Broussard. A flag down late. Good defensive reaction by the 49ers as they brought Broussard off the wing. Hanks made the tackle.
And that was an excellent job by Merton Hanks coming up and forcing Broussard to get wide. You got a face mask there on San Francisco.
The referee has read Cashin today. He'll give us the official word.
Face mask. 5 yards by the defense. Still first down.
Face mask call against Hanks. 5 yards for grasping it. And a first down for the Falcons at the 49er 42-yard line. Pardon me, the 37-yard line. And New Orleans over Detroit today. And Pittsburgh beating up on Cincinnati. Those finals are in. Seattle a squeaker over New England. Two quarterbacks against each other, Meyer and Bledsoe. On first down and 5, Pegram picks up about 3, maybe 4. Dickerson, who had a good game running last week against New Orleans, bothered by a recurring neck injury that he originally suffered back in 1984. And so today, the Falcons playing it safe with that. He may have some further medical examinations next week. He is not in the lineup. Pegram, third-year man, number 6 pick in 91, is the starter. Second and a long 2. Pegram close to the first down, but a good defensive play by Brown right at the point of attack.
Bobby Hebert right there did an excellent job. He saw something. It took a little time to get it out. He audibled at the line of scrimmage. Bobby Hebert told us last night one of the problems with this run and shoot offense was there wasn't enough there wasn't enough flexibility in that offense. He could get stuck in that run and shoot. There was no way to get out of it. Right there, he had the time to audible.
On third down, they need a yard. Pegram diving has it. Inside the 30 of San Francisco.
There's Pegram. They like Pegram. He's kind of in between Broussard with all the movement and Dickerson who needs that big hole to blow right through it. What they like about him is he's not afraid. He'll stick his nose in there, give him the ball. He heads straight for the hole. You saw it right there. They needed that 1 yard. He just commits himself and throws himself through for the first.
From the 29-yard line, Atlanta's opening drive, 49er territory. San Francisco showing blitz. They bring it from McDonald, and Pegram can't hold on to the pass from Bobby Hebert as he got a bump from Dennis Brown and the charge from Martin Harrison on Hebert.
One of the things that San Francisco did not want to do is have to develop a rush by bringing the blitz all the time. That was going to put them one-on-one on the corners. They didn't want to have to do that. They'd like to generate a rush with their down 4 people, but to date they haven't been able to do that. They're looking for a big, strong pass rusher, and he hasn't yet emerged.
Second down and 10, Atlanta. Draw again inside for Pegram. Broke 1 tackle, and now 3 49ers bring him down after a gain of 4. Hanks is there, and Griffin with Romanowski.
A nice hole, and now that starts us right up front with the blocking. You're going to watch the draw. Watch Pegram 33. Everybody just stays on people. In this, you just let a back like Pegram just find your open hole right there. See that? They tried to trap outside. Pegram shows his strength. He's fighting it, picking up the yardage. Brings up a 3rd.
He's got 52 yards already in 7 carries. June Jones, the offensive architect, going with the running attack, has been successful in this first series. Hebert has time. He's got a man one-handed and then dropped. Incomplete. Andre Rison. Rison looked like he had made a one-handed catch.
Watch Andre Rison on. This is perfect. Andre Rison told us that Don Griffin gives him the most problem in the league. He's such a good cover guy. This should be a catch. Andre Rison is the caliber receiver he is. That should be a first down, Tim.
Instead, they'll try for a 42-yard field goal. Norm Johnson. And it is good. So Atlanta opens the scoring here in the first quarter on their opening drive. It's 3-0 Atlanta. Tim Ryan with Matt Millen at Candlestick Park, where the Falcons have a 3-0 lead, scoring on their opening series 42-yard field goal.
There's June Jones, the offensive coordinator. It's no surprise that they came out running the ball. Last week against New Orleans, they wanted to come out and establish a run so they wouldn't have to get into a passing game, one against the other, you know. And what happened right here today, they went out, established the run. Previous to this, their longest run from scrimmage had been 10 yards. They came out, they got something going, and this is the position they wanted to be in.
Ampley and Dexter Carter are the deep men for the 49ers as Johnson will kick it off. Carter from the 1. Bumped into his own man, but got over the 20-yard line. So the 49ers will have their first offensive opportunity. Steve Young will bring them on with a flu and a sore thumb and some media criticism here in the Bay Area, and hoping to get them back on track. Wallace, McIntyre, Sapolu, Tam, Barton, and Jones the tight end. Waters and Logan the running backs. Rice and John Taylor the wide receivers. Taylor goes out wide to the left. Rice in motion behind the ball. Wide open is Logan out of the backfield, and he has a first down to the 36-yard line. Scott Case on the tackle. 15 yards. Defensively, Atlanta with Gann, Holt, former 49er, Gardner and Bryan returning to the lineup for the first time this season. Solomon moves to the left corner today. Jesse Tuggle and Darian Connor the other linebackers. And in the secondary, Tracy Eaton replacing Jeff Donaldson at safety as Jerry Glanville has shaken up his lineup somewhat. On first down, Waters for about 3, close to the 40-yard line.
I mentioned to you before the game, I saw Steve Young prior to the game, and he had the flu. He was shaking. He's trying to get as warm as he could, you know, and he was really concerned. I spoke to him later on the field. He said he was waiting for his energy to kick in, and what that means, he was waiting for adrenaline to give him a shot so he could get it over. He is going to have to start fasting, because I think at the beginning of the game, he's going to feel the best he's going to feel all day.
Chuck Smith has come in along with Jumpy Geathers now on second and long defensively for Atlanta. Waters out the left side. Scott Case came up to make a good defensive play, holding him to about a 4-yard pickup.
There's Ricky Waters. I like Ricky Waters as a football player. What he does well. See, you look at him and he looks pretty. He's one of those guys you think he's going to make all those moves and do all of his dancing. All of a sudden, he turns his shoulders up, and I'll tell you, boom, he hits it quick. And he's tough, he's strong, and he's smart. But most important, he loves to play. Ricky Waters loves to play football, and it shows every time he touches the ball.
Third down on a yard, and the 49ers going with 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, Waters, on 3rd and short. First down.
Oh, yeah, nice time right there to throw that ball, too. And the pass rush of the Atlanta Falcons isn't great. Pierce Holt is the best pass rusher they have. And the guy who gets that job today right here, number 64, Ralph Tam, who's playing with a heel injury. This is how you play. You know he's going to try to go quick under. Ralph just locks up. Looks like a nice hold right there. Whoa, look at that right there. That was nice.
That's WWF stuff there.
Yeah. What that does is allow Jerry Rice to sit down in the zone and do what he does best, run after the catch.
49ers now in Atlanta territory. Young on the money to Rice again, and Rice with a flag down has first down yardage. Gain of about 12, the flag at the line of scrimmage.
And that's right in that area where it's going to be a hole. It looks like to me the umpire threw it quick.
Cliff.
Oh, Cliff.
Against the Niners. So the first down play will be called back on the good pass play from Young to Jerry Rice, who has had a lot of success against Atlanta.
It's easy to see why his eyes get big.
Shot block. Number 64 on the offense. 15 yards, still first down.
Chop block called against Ralph Tam. We were just talking about him, and We saw Holt put a hold on him that he got away with on the previous play.
Well, he's a scrapper. Ralph Tam will do whatever it takes, and it means to chop. Hey, then you chop. You got to hold, you hold. Watch it at the end. Watch 64 Ralph Tam. Holt beats him with the arm over. That's a chop. That's illegal.
Waters now breaks the tackle, and Waters running hard.
Tim, that's a perfect example of how strong of a runner he is. He looks so pretty. You see those legs all over the place, but he turns it up, and once he gets his shoulders squared to the line of scrimmage, man, he's blown through that hole. Ricky Waters is one strong runner.
19 yards on that one to the Atlanta 43-yard line. It'll leave second down and 6.
You know, I spoke with Pierce Holt prior to the game, given the reputation of the offensive line with always cutting people and chopping people. He knew that. He knew that that kind of stuff goes on every week, so he's ready for it.
The protection for Young, deep to Jerry Rice, incomplete.
Tim, I got to tell you, just like Andre Rison should have made that catch, this should be a catch for the man of the stature of Jerry Rice. Big cushion. Now watch how Jerry Rice, he eats that cushion up fast, blows off the ball, he shrinks it, gives a little stutter. Now the ball's in the air. Make the adjustment. Jerry Rice should make this catch. See, that should be a first down, goal to go. Rison drops one, Rice drops one. Shouldn't happen.
Vinnie Clark had the coverage, and not bad either on Rice. That was a perfectly thrown ball by Young. Third down and 6. Waters has the first down yardage.
Oh, I like that. That's nice. The 49er offense, what they did is they stretched that inside, put their receivers out wide, made you adjust, and then they ran the trap right up the middle, right inside.
The Eagles have gone ahead of Washington. It's been a seesaw battle, 4 seconds left. Waters now with 35 yards on 4 carries. 49er first down at the Atlanta 36-yard line.
The Atlanta Falcons rush defense really is non-existent. They rely completely on Pierce Holt to make a lot of plays. Mo Gardner's in there from side to side, but if you're going to pound them, they're going to have trouble.
Flare out to Rice. Good defensive reaction that time. It was Vinnie Clark coming up quickly.
Boy, Vinnie Clark, he saw that fast. As soon as they ran that quick, Vinnie Clark was on a full sprint right for Jerry Rice. But a nice catch by Rice and had the body presence come back inside. But I tell you what, if he would have hesitated for a second, Vinnie Clark, he would have drilled him. Opening drive on the first 2. That's what they got to stop. You got to come out and get settled. You have to establish something to work off of. They go right down the field on you in the open. It just kills them.
And Young swings it out for Jones, the tight end. And he picks up about 8. Pulled down by Eaton. And Pickens, the cornerback, 39. Tracy Eaton, number 32.
Brent Jones, when I've watched him on film, 2 things really stand out. Number one, it's easy to forget about him. You have all those receivers and all the weapons, and all of a sudden Brent Jones is just kind of left out. So the defense does that to him. Secondly, he's a much better blocking tight end than I've seen. He's a good effort guy. He's not going to blow you off the ball, but he'll stay in your way. He'll hold on to you. He'll just kind of be a nuisance, and it's enough for Waters to get through.
Third down, about 2. Inside the 30, a lot of time for Young. Now he's got a man with it behind Rice, intercepted. Vinnie Clark.
Oh, he got it back.
And the ball stolen from Clark at the 35-yard line.
It's one of the most bizarre plays I've seen. Steve Wallace put the hammer on Vinnie Clark.
And grabbed the football. Tackle Steve Wallace, slow to get up. What a play.
This is another ball Jerry Rice should have. Watch this. Wide open, all kinds of time, allows him to come back across the formation. It's a little behind him. Vinnie Clark gets tipped. You know, 4 of the 6 interceptions that Steve Young has thrown have come off of tipped balls. Now you make that 5. Now watch the hit at the end. Watch this. Here comes Steve.
We'll be back after that bizarre play in a moment.
Without it.
We're back at Candlestick Park. Logan on first down after that bizarre play. The Lady Luck shining on San Francisco.
Yeah, it looked like Steve Wallace just took it out of his hands, but Ralph Tam appears to have knocked the ball loose. And watch the handoff. That's a perfect quarterback running back handoff, and Steve Wallace just levels it and then gets leveled himself by Rick Bryan.
Wallace was up under his own power. Second down, about a yard to go after the run by Logan, and right on top of it was Pierce Holt, burying Logan.
What a shot, Pierce Holt. Hey, that when you try to fake an all-pro, you just can't do it. Watch this guy right here. Watch Pierce Holt. They're going to try to influence trap him. They miss him completely. Boom, right in the face. Nice shot by Pierce Holt.
Harry Boatswain has come in to replace Steve Wallace, who left under his own power after that collision in which he recovered the fumble.
This man right here, Pierce Holt, that is a pro's pro. Plays hard all the time, nonstop. You hate playing against him. You love playing with him. He'll make things happen, and that's why he's out there.
Roger Harper into the safety position for Atlanta. Young under pressure, just got the ball away. And it was Holt in there again, and Jumpy Geathers. Geathers with a sore calf in to help that pass rush, number 97.
Well, Jumpy Geathers might be one of the strongest defensive linemen in all of football. In fact, in my opinion, he probably is the strongest guy. He will just pick people up, take him back, and throw him at the quarterback. And what that does is in the pass rush, it creates no passing lanes. It just pressure straight ahead.
Kofer will attempt to tie things up here for the 49ers and credit the Atlanta defense on that series. Bad luck and all, they forced the field goal try. 46-yarder is good. So we have a tie football game at Candlestick Park. .204 remaining first quarter as the 49ers have tied it up on Kofer's 46-yard field goal. A bizarre series of circumstances keeping the ball in position for the 49ers. And Steve Wallace, who was the guy who recovered that fumble, is on the sidelines apparently with a concussion. We're not sure that he's going to get back in to this football game. So they have Harry Boatswain, the second-year man from New Haven, playing at the left tackle spot. Smith from the 3-yard line of Atlanta. And Smith out to the 24 of the Falcons. Stopped there by Nate Singleton, number 88. And we will be back at Candlestick Park with a tie game in just a moment. We're at Candlestick Park tied at 3. The Giants and the Eagles are 3-0. The Eagles with Cunningham to Calvin Williams. 4 seconds left to beat the Redskins. And New Orleans getting another victory today. Seattle getting their first win of the season. With his first down, Atlanta at the 24-yard line. Hebert. Niners string him out after a gain of 3. He is nailed down on the infield dirt by Martin Harrison. Close to a 4-yard pickup.
That big offensive line. When you look at Atlanta, boy, that offensive line just stands right out at you. But what you really notice is they're young at that left guard spot. And they really are expecting number 66, Lincoln Kennedy, to fill a void there. And he's big enough to fill any void.
Several voids. Number 1 pick from Washington, 335 pounds. Hebert under pressure, and he is sacked. First sack of the afternoon. Martin Harrison is there. And Todd Kelly.
Well, there was nowhere to throw this ball, and that allowed Harrison to get there. Watch him come over Whitfield to the right side of your screen. Takes the beltway all the way around. There was enough pressure inside that Hebert couldn't get the ball off. When you watch Martin Harrison, what you really see is you don't see anything that really stands out in terms of great strength. Doesn't have great speed, doesn't have great strength, but he always is around the ball. He's a player who just happens to be there, and you got to have that.
Getting a chance today in the dime There's a pass rusher from the outside with Kelly. Third down, 15, Pegram. Out to the 30-yard line. Good running by Eric Pegram. Romanowski made the tackle there, but Atlanta will have to punt. Carter awaiting the punt from Harold Alexander, the rookie's first punt of the afternoon, as time winds down. And they'll turn it around and punt it from the other direction, because that is the end of the first quarter with the score. The Atlanta Falcons 3, the San Francisco 49ers 3. Back at Candlestick Park, Tim Ryan with Matt Millen, tied at 3 to begin the second quarter. And you know who Joe is off in Kansas City, and his shadow lingering here over Steve Young in the minds of many fans and much of the media as well. Punt taken by Carter at the 49er 25-yard line. He's got some room. Tripped up with a diving tackle, flagged down. It was Tracy Eaton who got him, or it would have been only the punter to beat down the sideline. 15-yard return. Looks like a hold against the 49ers on the
during the run back. Illegal block. Number 90 of the receivers, 10 yards. First down at 10.
Yeah, they caught Darren Jordan.
Now next Sunday here on CBS, doubleheader action with the early game showing the Packers and the Vikings, the Rams at Houston, Tampa Bay at Chicago, Phoenix at Detroit, a big day. Then in game 2, the 49ers will be taking on the New Orleans Saints. Saints winners earlier today. It all starts at 12:30 Eastern with the NFL Today. First down, Young intended for Taylor, and there's going to be a penalty against Clark, who got a hold of Taylor's arm, and you know, I'm not sure that was going to be catchable.
Not only that, but it may have been within the 5-yard bump rule.
Well, did he bump him or grab him? It looked like he kind of grabbed his arm, but I don't think the ball was going to be there for Taylor to catch, even if he had been unimpeded.
They call a holding, and
yeah, he grabbed him. I don't think there's much argument about that on Clark.
And Jerry Glanville saying that ball got tipped. You know, if the ball is tipped, it's almost anything goes.
That's right.
Holding, number 27 on the defense. The ball was tipped, but holding is a foul anyway. 5 yards, first down.
First, let's see if the ball is tipped.
Well, the referee said it was. Hard to tell on that replay, but Red Cash and the referee quite firm, saying that's a foul anyway. It's Clark got a hand on him, so it is first down, 49ers at their 30-yard line. Logan picks up another Niner first down to the 42. Darian Connor and Jesse Tuggle made the tackle.
Nice short underneath route to Logan, but he had the time, and the reason he has time are guys like this. Watch Harris Barton right here. Harris Barton is an all-pro. He's coming in, still being bothered by the knee, but he's never out of position. Always uses his hands, always has his feet. He's always 100% right. This is one of those guys, if you're counting on a guy, Harris Barton's the guy to count on.
Tim Green has come in Pierce Holt's tackle position. This is Waters with a lot of running room. Pickens is blocked from behind. There'll be a flag. Pickens, the only guy that had a shot at him, and he was knocked down from behind. Good running by Waters.
Good strong running by Waters, and pretty at the end.
25-yard gain. There'll be a clip likely against San Francisco. Illegal block. Not a clip, but an illegal block from behind, and I believe Jerry Rice, the man who committed it.
During the run, illegal block. Number 80, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's still a first down.
Let's watch Jerry Rice. One of the things he does very, very well is block downfield. And that doesn't look like much to me. And there's the flag. Watch Rick Bryan. He's running. See him running off the field. That's Rick Bryan. He has no idea where he's supposed to be. Heck, all else fails. Cover Jerry Rice.
It's a first down, Niners, after a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the ball, and they pick up 4. Gardner tripping him up.
That one confuses me. You have a quarterback with a tough thumb. He's got the flu. So let him run the football on a quarterback draw.
Yeah, that might have been his decision. Who knows?
I'll tell you, Steve Young is one tough guy. He's mentally tough, but he's feeling the pressure. The pressure he's feeling mostly is coming from himself. And that pressure will always be there because he's his toughest critic.
Young flushed and takes off running again. Takes a good, tough hit. Jesse Tuggle met him head on. He's short of the first down by about 2 yards.
He should be thankful Jesse Tuggle hit him with his stomach.
Well, if he was looking for an adrenaline flow, he got it right there, didn't he?
He's got his shot. It wasn't adrenaline. When I played here with Steve Young, look at it. You see that right there in the back of his helmet? You know what that means? That means he ducked his head. That's fear. That's a fear stripe right there.
Yeah, I think that's black from the Atlanta numbers on the belly of Jesse Tuggle. Third down and about 2.5. Waters may be short, and the ball is loose. Falcons say they have it.
That's good. That's good, solid defense by that up front group.
It is Atlanta ball. Chuck Smith, number 90, comes up with it. The second-year man from Tennessee.
Transition time. Let's see if that Atlanta Falcon offense can come back and put some points on the board.
A turnover by the 49ers, and this has been their problem in the early going this season.
Chuck Smith came up with a fumble. Watch Ricky Watters try to spit right there. Chuck Smith hits him and then strips the ball. Ball comes loose. The ball's spinning right on top of him. Hey, it's a free-for-all.
And Atlanta comes up with it. Smith making the recovery. So far, you can see San Francisco with 118 total yards to 57. And down at the bottom there, we mentioned early in the game, Dickerson not in action today because of his injured back, high near his neck area.
You see this 2 drops right here by Jerry Rice. Now, one of them he should have had down along the goal line. The second one, I expect him to make those catches, but watch Jerry Rice right here. Comes across. Jerry Rice, the caliber of receiver he is, I guess I expect a lot out of him. That's a tough catch to make.
This is this bizarre play that after the interception, Wallace winds up with the ball, and then he had to leave with a concussion. So about 4 different things happen on one play. Niners wound up with their field goal following it. Hebert on first down. Michael Haynes cutting across the middle as he did so effectively in the comeback attempt last week for Atlanta that fell short by 3 points. 17-yard gain.
Michael Haynes is the kind of player that he can make things happen because he's just got tremendous speed. Every defensive back you talk to about Michael Haynes just says he can just run right by him. And what he does, he gets you back on your heels, and then he'll come back underneath. Right there, they used him kind of like Jerry Rice. Just let him use his speed, clear everything out, and run all the way across the field.
49ers had Mark Thomas in the game on the defensive front, second-year man from North Carolina State. On first down, Pegram picks up almost 8. Romanowski with the charge, and Washington with the tackle.
Tim, I got to tell you right now, I think the Atlanta Falcons are winning the battle up front. That offensive line providing all kinds of running room for Pegram. They're pushing him off the ball, and this is what they've lacked in the first 2 games.
73 yards rushing for Pegram so far. We're just underway in the second quarter. 49ers continue to struggle against the run. 2nd and 2. Hebert for Haynes, and Haynes, a spin move, gets back to the line of scrimmage. That play didn't work at all. Dennis Brown made the tackle.
Good hustle by Dennis Brown. They tried to run that quick screen out there to Michael Haynes. Dennis Brown just turns and runs to the ball. A good defensive line will always get to the ball. Watch Dennis Brown at the end of the play. After the ball's thrown on the quick, you're going to see him. He gets the pressure. Now turn and run to the ball. Excellent hustle. That's good defensive line play.
Leaves 3rd down and 2. Just at the 40-yard line of San Francisco. The crowd getting into it now for the Niner defense. Pegram delivers for the Atlanta Falcons. 1st down to the 35-yard line. Running behind 2nd-year tackle Whitfield. Bob Whitfield, the Stanford star.
Yeah, they like Whitfield and Hinton. They like that side. And whenever they've wanted to come up with some yardage, 77 yards, you're averaging 7 yards a carry. They've just been powering right behind Hinton and Whitfield, that right side of the Atlanta offense. Right there, Whitfield, 2nd-year guy out of Stanford. Big, strong guy. Really developing, coming on this year, Tim.
Bob Whitfield says, I should be a Pro Bowler. I will be a Pro Bowler. I might be a Pro Bowler this year.
You keep talking about it long enough, pretty soon it happens.
That's a kid with some confidence. Matt LaBounty now comes in, number 93 for the 49ers, joining Washington and Mark Thomas. They're trying everybody. Hebert deep. He's got a man open, but it's too high. Risen went up for it. Incomplete.
He just put too much air under that ball, but he had all kinds of time. Watch Bob Whitfield right at the bottom of your screen right here, number 70, and up top, Chris Hinton. This is the reason why he's having time. Hinton on LaBounty just manhandled him. And Whitfield, all kinds of time from that side. The other side of the ball breaks down right at the end, but that's enough time to get that ball off. He put too much air underneath that ball.
2nd and 10, Falcons. 35-yard line of San Francisco. We're tied at 3 here in the 2nd quarter. Pegram dances his way and breaks a tackle en route to another 1st down.
This is the problem they've been having here in San Francisco. They haven't been able to stop the run consistently. They just get those big bodies on you, and like they lack the instinct up front. This is what we talked about. They don't really have an identity. They don't have somebody to say, all right, things are going tough, you take over. We can't lean on you. They need somebody to emerge, and they have not found him.
They're going to measure this one, Matt. The mark may have it just short. Be very close. No, he's got it. Pegram doing the job, up to 87 yards.
I'll tell you why I like Pegram in that backfield instead of Dickerson. Eric Dickerson is the kind of the back that you have to blow him off the ball straight ahead. Open a hole and let him run right through it. Pegram's got a little magic. You get him in the hole. If it's not there, boom, he can bounce outside, try to take a little crack, turn his shoulders, use a little jitterbug move, get back to the outside. That's what he's done in the 1st half. Picked up a lot of yards.
Officially 88 on 12 carries. Dickerson had 87 last week and 23 carries, which was a good day. But Pegram's having an outstanding day. Hebert is whacked, but he got the ball out to Haynes. Not much of a gain on the play, but Hebert took a tremendous shot right up the middle. Safety blitz from Merton Hanks.
Yeah, Merton Hanks jumped right in his. That was a great football play. Very well played on both sides of the ball. Watch the timing of Merton Hanks right here. Watch, it's going to open up. See the lane? That's a passing lane. Up in the air, try to block it. Hebert does a great job of getting it off, and more important, it was complete. That's a good football play all the way around. High marks for offense and defense.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Ball at the Niner 23-yard line. Hebert flips it inside for Pegram. And he is just hauled down from behind by Tim McDonald, or he had a long gain ahead.
We talked about who has to step up. Well, this is the guy that they can rely on, Tim McDonald. Now watch the pass block. He's going to dump it back underneath. He's got a lane. He's got a way to go. Now, we want somebody to make the play, and at this point, Tim McDonald is making too many plays. The safety shouldn't have to make all the plays that Tim McDonald is making. Watch the pursuit. See the flip back underneath. Now he's got a lane to go.
3rd down along 2. Pegram again, and Pegram has the 1st down. He's been unstoppable here in this 1st half.
And that was what I was talking about with Eric Pegram. See what he does? The play was designed to go over that right side again, and it wasn't there. But he had the presence to bounce back. Watch right here. See, it's going to stop right here. See this? Here's the hole right in here. See? Got a nice block right there by Jamie Dukes. and he's able to have the vision and bounce. See that right there? That's beautiful. Jamie Dukes on Bill Romanowski was just enough to get the crack and get the first down.
10th play of this drive. 92 yards for Eric Pegram. Not a big guy, but he's been running effectively inside. And here he is again on a little draw. This time they get him. But even that effort there, he winds up stretching out for about 3.
And that was a very slow developing trap. They tried to pull Chris Hinton across, and it just never really got there. But this guy is there. Look, 94, a career high in the second quarter. If they don't stop this now, they being the San Francisco 49er front down people, they don't stop. June Jones is going to have a field day calling this because he has them off balance. You have the pass going and the run going, and when they're both going, you have nothing to settle back to.
This is a passing team, well known for their pass offense. So when he goes to it, it can still be very effective. Now Hebert, that's tipped, almost picked up. Tipped near the line of scrimmage by Mark Thomas, and almost picked off by Magruder.
Sometimes what happens, you get blocked at the line of scrimmage like Mark Thomas was, and he had the presence to get his hands up, knock that ball down. Now, we talked about them being a shoot and run team, which is what we've seen on film. Atlanta had been shoot, which is pass, and run second. But obviously with this graphic, you can see with the 15 runs, they're really back to their run and shoot form, which they like and are comfortable with.
We have a 3rd down. Touchdown, Andre Rison. Perfect delivery from Bobby Hebert. And Rison open in the end zone.
Well, they took a crapshoot. They rolled the dice in the crapshoot. Alan Grant is going to end up man-to-man with Andre Rison. He'll be coming to the right side of your screen. He gets the time. You see him locked up man-to-man. The safety bites up McDonald. Post is right there, and that's 6 points.
Johnson for the point after. It is good. And Atlanta goes on top with 5:59 to go in the first half. 10-3. $65 yards in 12 plays, and they took 6:22 off the clock, having taken 5:24 off the clock on their first drive, resulting in the Johnson field goal. Andre Rison, a 12-yard touchdown pass from Bobby Hebert. And Lee will bring it from the 2-yard line of the 49ers. Out to the 22. Stopped there by Tracy Eaton and Ken Tippins. And some pushing and shoving here following the play. So the 49ers will try to crank it up when we return to San Francisco in a moment. Atlanta 10, San Francisco 3, and the Falcons going with 5 linebackers, 2 down linemen now, expecting and indeed daring the 49ers to start throwing that football down 10-3. First down, Niners at their own 22-yard line. Young to Logan, and Logan is driven back immediately by Jesse Solomon. Falcons with just Pierce Holt and Jumpy Geathers up front. Let's go back and look at that touchdown play.
Yeah, here's exactly what happened. Watch Tim McDonald right here. He's got to get back over the top of these 3 guys man-to-man. What happens right here, Drew Hill will draw him. McDonald will pull up. That allows Alan Grant man-to-man on Andre Rison, and that's 6 points. This right here. No over-the-top help, and that's a tough assignment to draw.
George Seifert told us he wanted to get Dexter Carter into the game more this week. He is in there now for Waters in the running back position. They go to Logan. Logan with a screen, and Logan has running room. Good-looking play, good running. First down. .24 yards.
Excellent job by the up front people and a great job by Logan. Watch Harry Boatswain, who's in for Steve Wallace. He's going to get him up and now cut him. Boom. Get his hands down. Let the ball get off. Now watch Logan run. what they told us, and I mean they, I'm saying the offensive people and the defensive people all say that Mark Logan adds another dimension to this offense because he has speed when he runs with the ball.
Falcons back with a 4-man down lineman front on this first down play by the 49ers. Waters picks up about 4 into Atlanta territory at the 49.
There's Mark Logan. Now, Mark Logan is the kind of player that jumps out at you on film. If you're a defensive player, when we spoke with the defensive people of the Atlanta Falcons, said, boy, Mark Logan, not only does he block, but he can sure run. And the offensive people in San Francisco said they give us another dimension because he's got speed that Tom Rathgren had. What they don't have with him is a good blocker in the pass game.
On second down, up the middle, wide open, Jones, and he holds on after a tremendous hit from Tracy Eaton.
Great play. That is a great play on both sides of the ball. What tremendous concentration by Brent Jones, knowing full well, looking at the ball and seeing Eaton coming to his face. He's going to get slapped. Watch Brent Jones right down the hall. He's facing, look, the ball's coming, and Eaton's coming right. Watch right here. Watch the blow up. Detonation right here. Boom. That's a great football play. Now he sees him coming. The ball's right there. He's looking right at it. That is a great play.
Jones is still down, being attended to. He held on to the football for a Niner first down at the 23-yard line of Atlanta, but Jones is hurt. Let's watch Brent Jones in live action look here, as you'll see on tape, regular speed. Number 84, Jones. He sees Eaton coming and holds on. A tremendous shot from Eaton. And Jones up under his own power, back to the sideline. He's all right. And it is first down at the 23-yard line of Atlanta. Waters tripped up in the backfield. Mo Gardner got a piece of him and dropped him for about a 1-yard gain. Glanville wanted a little more hitting, a little more play at that safety position, and Tracy Eaton in there for Jeff Donaldson. Mo Gardner made a fine play there.
Mo Gardner is a player who, you watch the film, he's always there. If you power him, he's not a big guy, 260 pounds. But if you run away from him or you try to run by him, he's going to get you. Mo Gardner has a motor that never stops.
Second down, complete. Jamie Williams, the tight end, in for Jones, and a first down. To the 8-yard line of Atlanta, a 13-yard gain to Jamie Williams.
And that 8-yard line come up and trip you because it just tripped Jamie Williams too. Good job by Steve Young of using all the receivers. You know, that's the one thing you always notice with this team. It doesn't matter who's in. They're throwing it to anybody. They have great confidence in all the receivers. You take out Williams, you know, and Brent Jones out, Williams in, Jerry Rice, John Taylor. They'll throw it to anybody.
Spot the ball at the 9. First and goal. San Francisco down 10-3. Young with lots of time. Deep to the end zone for Young, and it is just batted away by Scott Case.
There was so much time there. He could have picked anybody, but the guy he wants is a guy who makes it happen for him, and that's San Francisco's Jerry Rice. In the National Football League, there are about maybe 4 or 5 truly great players. Jerry Rice is right at the top of that list. It's a good play right there by Scott Case, getting his hands up and knocking it down. And I think when you have a great player like Jerry Rice, you tend to be harder on him. You heard me earlier say he should have had that catch. Now, I expect great things from a great player. Jerry Rice expects the same great thing.
Second and goal. Young pumps once and escapes the sack, and that's a touchdown to Jamie Williams. Rick Bryan had him in the backfield. And that's the kind of play Steve Young can make.
Well, I would say that the adrenaline started flowing on that play, Tim. Watch him use his feet to get himself out of trouble. He's a strong guy. He's got great balance. Bryan will have him. This should be a sack. Bryan, watch him duck. Good strength right there. Now, great presence, and presence by Jamie Williams to stay with the play and stay open.
And Kofer has missed the point after. Special teams with problems. And so Atlanta remains in front by 1. We're back at Candlestick Park. Tim Ryan with Matt Millen, and Hofer missing on the point after, continuing the problems special teams have had. They had a blocked field goal attempt last week. They had one mishandled snap by Wilmsmeyer, the holder, unable to get the ball down on a slightly off-target snap. And so they are a point short of the Falcons at this point. After a good drive by the 49ers, 78 yards in 8 plays, and Young's touchdown pass to Jamie Williams. Tony Smith returning to the 22-yard line for Atlanta, stopped by Odessa Turner.
They run the zone down here, and in the zone, they're trying to shrink the field. The field is shrunk, but what they're trying to do is overload it. So what you have, you're going to have the people drop back in zone. Now when you have trouble, here's the mistake right here. See this? They stopped. Once the quarterback is in trouble, you've got to lock on to that receiver. Williams does a good job of just jumping behind, getting open in 6 points.
Jamie Williams in there for Brent Jones, who getting a little bench time after that tremendous shot from Tracy Eaton. And Williams with 2 catches, including a touchdown catch. From the 21-yard line, Atlanta first down. Pegram, and Pegram stopped right at the line of scrimmage this time. One of the rare defensive stoppages at the line. Thomas and Romanowski. Romanowski underneath and Thomas on top.
Bill Romanowski, who they moved from outside to inside. And you can see the importance of Eric Pegram today. 98 yards to 25. Bill Romanowski, who they moved from the outside linebacker to the inside linebacker. And what he brought him there is more speed on the inside. He's actually better suited for the inside. They still hide him. He's not strong enough at the point to be taking people on, so they'll drop a defensive lineman down in front of him and give him better angles to work with.
Coming up at halftime on the NFL Today halftime report, Greg and Terry will have all the scores and highlights from around the league. Some interesting results already today, plus a report on the 5 cities vying for a piece of the NFL pie, all coming up at halftime. Romanowski, really, when you look at the 49er linebacking core right now, he's the only one that jumps out at you. Let's face it, he's the guy that everybody around the league would say is a real solid player. There are question marks surrounding all of the others. Mitch Lyons has come in as the tight end here for Atlanta, number 86, and Steve Broussard as one of the wideouts. Hebert.
Come on,
Pritchard. Tripped loose from one tackle, but help arrived and held him to about a 6, maybe 7-yard pickup near the 30-yard line of Atlanta.
Bobby Hebert. You know, speaking with Bobby Hebert last night, I really got a good feel for him, and I've always liked the guy. He's always been very competitive. He's a tough guy. He's a smart guy. Sees the whole field, but he brings some experience to that position, which they haven't had. And what he says, what he learned from the Saints, was that you can't always make the big play, and this run and shoot offense is set up for big plays. What he says he brings to him is, if it's not there, hey, I'll throw it back underneath. There's Pritchard underneath. Boom, let me hit it, get a couple yards, and make a positive play. A positive play is better than nothing.
Well, Chris Miller, of course, a 7-year veteran, but suffered some injuries in the last year or two. An off-season knee injury made him a question mark coming into training camp. That's why Atlanta went for an available, experienced first stringer in Bobby Hebert. And I'm a little disappointed to hear Chris Miller already talking about, well, maybe I'll go somewhere else next year. I mean, Hebert could go down and Miller could be back. That's an odd attitude and for Miller to be taking in the 3rd game of the season. 3rd down and 2. Hebert gets some time and a good catch coming back for the ball from Michael Haynes. It was a little off target. Haynes made the grab.
Another great job by Hebert of showing some patience and waiting for him to get open. As soon as he's open, boom, hit him.
Haynes with 7 catches against New Orleans. He and Hebert look like they've been playing together forever. First down at the Falcons 40. This time it's Drew Hill, and Drew Hill gets close to 9 on the play. 37-year-old Drew Hill. He's an amazing guy. 5'9", 175-pounder in his 14th year.
He's perfected the art of survival.
You're not kidding.
And you know what? He's productive. And you saw right there a little experience right at the end. Give that little juke. He knows he has to stop the clock, get out of bounds. And Drew Hill comes up with catch after catch after catch. And in this offense, it's easy to lose him, and that actually helps him.
1:03 to go in the half. Atlanta by a point at their own 48-yard line. Hebert gets some time, finds Pritchard, and Pritchard has the first down inside the 45 of San Francisco. And Atlanta takes a timeout, stopping the clock with 57 seconds remaining.
You know, Bobby Hebert is having a lot of time to throw right here in this drive. The reason why is this big offensive line. Now watch, look at this. No pressure. They're trying to bring it off the corner. You're just not going to get there. Takes that three-step drop. Ball's gone. Quick release. This is working the run and shoot at its finest right here.
Lincoln Kennedy has gone the distance, the #1 pick from Washington at left guard. There was a question mark before the game because of his turf toe, which is actually dislocated. And Roman Fortin was standing by ready to start in that game. You can see he's got both those feet wrapped up about as much as you can wrap them up.
The thing with him, though, Lincoln Kennedy, you can't tell if anything's swelling. How the heck do you find out? See this? They're lying. That's not. He's 350. He's 350 and he's down from 370. Dana Stubblefield told us that he saw him over at the Hula Bowl last year and he was 375 and he said, I like to be full.
You're right about that swelling. It would be a little hard to detect, wouldn't it? You'd have to take his word for it. First down. They go to the shotgun here. Flanker screen and well played defensively. Magruder coming up.
Good job by Magruder. He was lucky. Because if Magruder didn't make that tackle, Lincoln Kennedy was out there to just absolutely flatten him. Lost in all that big and all that size, the fact that this guy is a player. Now watch me. Let him go. It's a screen. He gets out there and runs. He's out in front. That's a nice job by Magruder. Here's a quick. Take the step. Make the commitment. Ball's out there. Let your lineman get out in front of the receivers. The nice job by Magruder. That's a good job.
Another timeout with 47 seconds remaining. Atlanta leading 10-9. Each team with a timeout remaining.
There's big Lincoln. You know, when I'm watching the film of Lincoln Kennedy, it becomes apparent that he's not settled in yet. He's making a couple mistakes, and he's playing the side of an all-pro and Mike Ken. And sometimes what happens when you're with a veteran guy like that, you can do no right. Mike Ken will never be wrong. It'll always be Lincoln Kennedy, and that's a tough position to be in.
2nd and 10 Atlanta. Short drop from Hebert out for Drew Hill. Drew Hill gets out of bounds after a pickup of close to 6. 43 seconds on the clock. Tim McDonald on the tackle at the sideline. Cunningham with 3 touchdown passes for the winning Eagles today. What a game that was.
There he is right there. See, that's June Jones, another disciple of the run and shoot. June is comfortable with this scheme because he's comfortable with the players he has. He thinks he's got an excellent receiving core, as much speed as he's had. He has great quickness. But today he's being able to mix that run-in with Eric Pegram, and it's keeping the team off balance, and they've had some consistency in their drives.
3 receivers to the left. 3rd down and 4. Hebert's got a man in the middle. That's Risen. Risen with a first down to the 25. 35 seconds on the clock. 34 when it stopped.
Defensively, the San Francisco 40, they just don't want to let him get the big play, so they're playing zones and trying to make the tackle, keep him in. But Andre Rison's just running to the open in the zone. Hit the, you know, they're moving down. They'll get it. They're in position right now to make a field goal.
Hebert 7 of 7 on this drive. They've used up their final timeout. 34 seconds remaining. They lead by 1 here, approaching halftime. Toronto beating up on Minnesota today 10-0 in that battle against the Yanks with a Toronto win and a Yank loss to the Red Sox. Great pennant races underway. Giants fans are happy.
There's Eric Wright. Eric Wright, of course, is a defensive back here with the San Francisco 49ers, and he's assistant coach right now. What Eric Wright brings to this staff is practical working knowledge, and he's straight. If you're screwing up, he's going to tell you in a second, look, you better get it together. And this has been his project right here, Eric Davis. Eric Davis has been having problems with the double moves and people, taking away his cushion. Eric Wright's been all over him this past week. So far, it's been paying off.
First down, Falcons. 34 seconds to go. They're at the 49er 25-yard line. Good protection. Deep to the corner and out of bounds. Incomplete. Rison caught the ball, but he was already out of bounds. He ran himself out. He was not pushed by Magruder.
Tim, what's
Second
really,
down.
I'm sorry, but what was really becoming apparent is the 49ers, they don't have any pass rush whatsoever. They don't have it coming off the corners with speed. They haven't been able to generate anything up front in the middle. There's just no pass rush. And when a quarterback like Bobby Hebert has this much time, he's going to beat you. That's too much time. That's a great job by the offensive line and a poor job by the defensive line. I haven't figured out which one it is yet.
Again time, and he hits his man Pritchard. Good play on him by Hanks.
Great job.
20-yard line. 18 seconds and counting down.
Yeah, Merton Hanks came up there with authority, made sure he stayed in bounds and got him down. Now they're going to have to throw the ball out of bounds and stop the clock by just throwing it into the ground.
Hebert in no hurry here. He's going to just go for one more play, and he does with 5 seconds. And that'll be Norm Johnson time. Norm Johnson coming onto the field for the field goal try. Hunter Harold Alexander will hold, and they spot it at the 28-yard line on the infield dirt near second base. Saying the Giants fans are happy with a big win last night. They're still very much in the pennant race. 38-yard try for Johnson, and he's got it. So the Falcons at halftime have widened their lead. At the end of the first half, the score: Atlanta 13, San Francisco 49ers 9.
The NFL Today Dockers halftime report is sponsored by new Loose Fit Dockers. Nobody does pants like Dockers.
Well, the Atlanta Falcons showed a little promise towards the end of the game last week, and they're looking good so far in the first half. They lead the San Francisco 49ers 13-9. Welcome to our halftime, everyone. Greg Gumbel along with Terry Bradshaw. Let's take you through the rest of the scores. The Los Angeles Raiders, looking for win number 3 in a row, are leading the Cleveland Browns 13-0. Bernie Kosar has thrown 2 interceptions. That's something Kosar rarely does. Eric Metcalf has been held to a minus 18 yards in 3 carries in the first half. Raiders lead it by 13. San Diego Chargers had the early lead at home against the Oilers, but the Oilers have come back and lead it 14-9 as they approach halftime. John Carney of San Diego has set a new NFL field goal record. He has kicked 3. He now has 26 and counting. Earlier today, the Eagles, a last-second victory over the Redskins. Kerry Conklin's pass picked off by Eric Allen here. He returns 26 yards for a touchdown. Redskins led 21-17, but then Randall Cunningham went to work.
Randall Cunningham setting up. There's a blitz coming from the outside. Both linebackers blitz. That puts Calvin Williams man for man on the cornerback, and he beats him inside for the touchdown.
That tied it at 24, but then right after the next kickoff, Reggie Brooks. What a running game.
Another blitz by the Eagles. There's no one left in the secondary. Once you break the line of scrimmage, no one to make the tackles. And there's young Brooks out of Notre Dame, 85-yard TD.
Final seconds of the game, and here's Randall once again.
Setting back up, steps up in the pocket. Early in the game, we saw blitz, man coverage, the same route, a crossing route, but this time the Redskins drop back into zone coverage, Greg. Plenty of time for Cunningham. They did not want to give him the alley to run with the football. That's why they played zone. Excellent job by Williams and Cunningham.
3 touchdown passes to Calvin Williams today. 3-0, the Philadelphia Eagles with the 3-point win over the Redskins. At the Meadowlands, the Giants go 3-0 with a 20-10 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. Jim Everett's pass off the hands of Tim Lester into the hands of Mark Collins.
And away he goes, and you're going to see, there he is, number 11, Everett, trying to get over and make the tackle. Get out of the way, cameraman. There you go. That's what you get.
Yeah, it's a little late. Anyway, the Giants go to 3-0. Rodney Hampton, another big day running the football, and the Giants win it by 10. At the Superdome in New Orleans, the Saints run their record to 3-0 on the year. They hand the Lions their first loss 14-3. Wade Wilson, 17-yard touchdown pass to Hobie Brenner, made it a 7-3 New Orleans lead, and then Wilson comes back again.
Comes back and finds another touchdown pass to Eric Martin over the middle. Good job by Wilson. Nice job by Derek Brown running the football for the Saints.
Rodney Peete under the gun, left this game with a bruised right knee. He fumbles here. Ricky Jackson, one of his 2 recoveries on the day, leaves Wayne Fonts with a quarterback problem, perhaps, as we find out later on how difficult that injury is for Rodney Peete. But the Saints win it by a score of 14-3. The Steelers over the Cincinnati Bengals today, 34-7. Neil O'Donnell, 3 touchdown passes today, including this one to Dwight Stone.
The second touchdown pass to Stone out in the corner, little corner route, man-for-man coverage. You go inside, you shake him down, then you take it to the corner. Good job by Stone.
Steelers win their first. The Bengals lose their 3rd of the year. And the Seahawks over New England, 17-14. The Seahawks win their first. We remind you, NFL football doubleheader coming up next Sunday here on CBS. Those are a look at the early games at Minnesota, Houston, Chicago, and Detroit. And then most of you will see our doubleheader game in the NFC West. From the Superdome in New Orleans, the Saints will host the San Francisco 49ers. It all gets underway with the NFL today at 12:30 Eastern Time. Let's update you on Major League Baseball today in the pennant races. The Expos rally to beat Philadelphia 6-5. Philadelphia's lead over Montreal in the National League East is now 4 games. The Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals win it by a score of 7-6. San Francisco Giants, a winner today. They beat the Cincinnati Reds by a 7-3 count. Top of the 4th inning, Bobby Ayala delivers the gopher ball to Matt Williams. 3-run homer to straightaway center field for a 3-0 Giants lead. That'll get Dusty Baker on his feet in the dugout. The Giants move to within 2.5 games of the Atlanta Braves in the National League West. The Braves play tonight. The Toronto Blue Jays over the Minnesota Twins today by a score of 10-0. That's a final score. Toronto leads New York by 4 games because the Yankees lost to the Red Sox. The final there was 8-3 at Yankee Stadium in Frank Tanana's debut for the New York Yankees. The Baltimore Orioles keeping pace with the Toronto Blue Jays, leading Milwaukee 6-4 in the 7th inning. Baltimore trying to stay 5 back in the American League East. In the AL West, the White Sox leading Oakland 1-0. They began the day 3.5 games up on the Texas Rangers. The Rangers are playing in Anaheim and lead the California Angels 3-2 in the 4th inning. We have baseball coming your way Saturday here on CBS. It will begin at 2:30 Eastern Time. Pat O'Brien will have Baseball 93 for you, and then you will see either the Braves in Philadelphia to play the Phillies or the Texas Rangers at Comiskey Park in Chicago to play the White Sox. That'll do it for our halftime here. We'll take a time out here, and then more NFL football coming your way after this word from your local station.
At halftime here in San Francisco, the Falcons lead 13-9. And Tim Ryan with Matt Millen here at Candlestick. We have seen an improvement in the quarterback situation for Atlanta, certainly. Steve Young playing not bad here in the first half, but I think you're going to come right back to the problems 49ers are having on defense.
Yeah, what defense? That's been the problem. They haven't been able to generate a pass rush. They haven't been able to stop the run. Pegram has 93 yards in the first half. More important, Hebert's converted 6 of 9 third down conversions, which they've also been having a problem with. So on both sides of the ball, they've not been able to stop the offenses.
Steve Young, 10 of 14, 115 yards, a touchdown pass, 1 interception. So he's doing his job, but defensively, the 49ers have not been able to stop Atlanta. Yet, they're only down, of course, 13-9, just a 4-point deficit with a whole half of football to go. But still, the fact is, as you point out, they have been unable to stop the Atlanta run, and Atlanta stole the clock from San Francisco in the first half. Dexter Carter brings the kickoff of Norm Johnson out to the 29-yard line, and the 49ers will start with the football here in the second half.
Well, here's the biggest thing right here. Look at this wide receiver. That's Jerry Rice and John Taylor. I haven't called John Taylor's name one time. Tight end's been big with Brent Jones and Jamie Williams and the running backs. But here's the key right here. This is it. 2 out of 6. You've got to get the ball into the hands of John Taylor and Jerry Rice to make this offense go.
First down from the 29-yard line of the 49ers. Mark Logan. Logan pushed back, had a gain of about 3 before he met Jesse Solomon. And they'll spot it there with a forward progress. On the infield dirt. I believe second and, well, almost closer to a 5-yard gain.
Jerry Glanville. Jerry Glanville's got to be pretty pleased with the first half. He's got to be able to have that right through the second half. And, you know, they've been all those rumors going on down there about his job again.
We note Jamie Williams in the lineup for Brent Jones, who has not returned since he took that smack on the head. Logan with a huge hole. To the 21-yard line of Atlanta. Forced out by Tracy Eaton. 45 yards for number 43.
But Tim, people forget how good of a runner Mark Logan is. Now, he has the ability to burst through the hole. There you saw it. And now just outrun him. That's a dimension that the 49er fullback position has not had with Tom Rathman. Tom Rathman's good blocker in a pass game, good blocker in a run game. He'll catch the ball, but he doesn't have the acceleration of Mark Logan. In fact, the 49ers feel that this is the best two backs they've had in a long, long time.
49ers quickly downfield, whistles and flags everywhere before the play began, and that'll mean a penalty against San Francisco.
Delay by the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Delay of game against San Francisco.
Watch Pierce Holt right here, number 95. Okay. Watch the reason why there's a place to run. Look at this. Arm over it, now chase. Chase, chase, chase. But the problem is, when a guy is chasing, ooh, Ralph Tam with the old elbow, take that. But when you're chasing, that means the guy's in front of you, and when he's in front of you, you're not going to make many tackles.
49ers backed up to the 25-yard line. Waters carries to the 20. Gain of about 6. Gardner and Connor making the tackle for the Falcons.
And that last play, the last two actually, you see them running away from Pierce Holt. And after the last play, Pierce Holt getting up and pushing Ralph Tam after it's over. So you know you can be teammates, and that means a lot. So when you're going against each other, old teammates mean nothing.
For sure. Brent Jones is out there now making the strong side left for the 49ers. Motion is Logan. And Young to Jones. Touchdown.
Red zone offense is where Brent Jones really excels. He'll show you why. They go with ghost formation. You'll see the motion of the back. That makes him man up. Watch the out. Look at that. That's beautiful. Turns him over to the safety. Can't get there. Brent Jones is a smart running, pattern running tight end.
He's also got a hard head. Being as he took that shot from Tracy Eaton, and he's back there looking like nothing happened to him earlier. Hofer. That one is good. And the 49ers are on top, 16-13. Just underway in the third quarter, the San Francisco 49ers with a 45-yard run by Mark Logan, setting up a 20-yard scoring play. Steve Young to Brent Jones, and San Francisco on top for the first time today, 16-13. Mark Logan getting a little oxygen there after his effort, which was a good one. 28 years of age, Mark Logan, been on 4 NFL teams. 49ers have come up with a real find there. A guy who's finally been given a chance here because of the injury to Tom Rathman. This is Smith. Tony Smith for the Falcons out to the 34-yard line. Let's go back and look at that touchdown.
Yeah, why it happens. Once they're going to motion, they'll go with goats. Nobody back here. That spreads the zone. Everybody will drop. Now you have two safeties. Here's the hole in the middle. Guess where Brent Jones is going to run. That pulls Scott Case, the safety, forced to come over and cover him. Can't get there. Smart pattern running by Brent Jones.
Bobby Hebert has been the quarterback all the way today for Atlanta. 13 of 19, 95 yards and a touchdown. As he has his first chance here in the second half and trailing now for the first time. And he finds Michael Haynes, his favorite receiver, against New Orleans last week. To the 45-yard line of Atlanta, first down.
This is one matchup that I was really anticipating to be really big here. Eric Davis, number 25, on Michael Haynes right there. He drives him off in the zone. He stays back. And then Eric Davis drives on the ball. But this is a matchup. If they get man-to-man, Michael Haynes has an advantage with his great speed.
First down, Falcons at the 45. Pegram worms his way for about 4, close to midfield. Ted Washington made the stop.
And there's no surprise. Running Pritchard 93 yards in the first half behind the right side of that line.
Pegram.
Hinton and Whitfield. I'm sorry. Yeah, Pegram.
We'll start with Pete.
Yeah.
Eric Pegram had an outstanding first half. From the 49-yard line. Second down and 6. Quickly out to Risen, can't hold on as into his face was Magruder. Michael Magruder distracting Risen enough so that he didn't hold on.
Yeah, but Hebert, that ball took off on Hebert. He threw it where it wasn't supposed to go. That was supposed to be right on the money. It ended up leading him, which could have been a pick. Mark Logan getting stretched out by Jerry Attaway.
Attaway, Jerry. Third down. That's complete to Drew Hill for a first down to the 49er 39-yard line.
I don't think that was supposed to be going to him. I thought it was supposed to be going to Andre Rison. Watch him come over. It looks like Rison come back to the ball, and all of a sudden Hill comes across. Watch us down. Watch Hill. See that? Watch the eyes of Bobby Hebert. This is called being locked on a receiver. He knows who he wants to go to right away. There he is. Boom. Ball's gone.
End result of first down. Just inside the 40 of San Francisco. Pegram steps inside one tackler and picks up 7 on the play. Eric Pegram, the third-year man from North Texas State, continues to play well.
Now watch right here, this big guy right here. See him? That's Lincoln Kennedy. This is one of the reasons why Pegram's having such a good day. That's a 350-pound trap block. What you notice about Lincoln Kennedy, it appears to me on film that he was a big guy his whole life, just had to get in front of people and kind of stay in their way. And now he's forced to have to become the athlete that he is. Looks like he's responding today.
Second and nearly 4 remaining. 103 yards for Pegram. His career best, and Pegram fights his way for a first down. Well, the Falcons have been juggling around their running back situation, giving Eric Dickerson a chance to come in with Tony Smith, a #1 pick in 1992, not really stepping to the fore. Steve Broussard not doing it. And Pegram suddenly emerging today with 109 yards now.
That's been a long time since they've had a rusher. Look at this. See this? Yeah, he got none last year, none in 92. Broussard, they have to go all the way back. There's only 500-yard games in 5 years.
They have a first down at the 28-yard line. And Pegram again, battling his way to the 20.
Now they're mixing it up, Tim. They came out there running the right side of that line behind Hinton and Whitfield. And now they're just taking big Lincoln Kennedy. Watch him. Just lock up. Get that big body on Ted Washington. Let him run by you. You've done your job.
And a much better job by Kennedy in this game than against New Orleans, where he struggled some, sore toe and all, of course. But it may also speak to the difference between the New Orleans defense and the 49ers defense.
Again, they have nothing to fall back on. There's nobody who they can rely on.
Second down. Long 2. Pegram again. He's got a huge hole. Pegram is finally pulled down at the 2-yard line by Alan Grant. Nearly made it to the end zone. An 18-yard pickup.
The 49ers know they need help, so they bring up number 46 right down the bottom of your screen, and he comes in a blitz. That's Tim McDonald. They just get their big bodies on people, and it's just run to the secondary. Watch big Lincoln. Lincoln Kennedy's playing very, very well today. Watch the trap on Martin Harrison. See that? Just get the body in front of him. Pegram's right up inside. Kennedy's playing an excellent game today.
Pegram stuffed at the line this time. And at the bottom, Romanowski making the initial contact, number 53.
At one point, as a defender, you're going to have to say, look, I'm going to do it myself. If nobody else is going to get it done, heck, I got to make every play if I have to. Tim McDonald had that charge down there in Phoenix. Now watch right here. That's Tim McDonald. He's the safety. Now, he was in Phoenix. He had to make every tackle. And he thought he came here not having to do that. But look, he's going to have to do it again.
Stubblefield has come in for Brown, the rookie, number 1 this year, from Kansas. Second and goal. Hebert locks it for Risen, and all over him is Michael Magruder, incomplete. Good coverage by Michael Magruder.
Excellent coverage, Tim. Well played. They went with the fade. Watch Risen on Magruder. Risen will look for the fade, turns with the ball. This ball has to be thrown perfectly because of the position of Magruder. Watch, he's inside. The ball has to be only one place, and he couldn't get there. Good job by Magruder.
Third and goal. Ball at the 3-yard line. Touchdown, Risen. Dancing along the end line. Great job to stay in bounds.
Watch Andre Rison. The toughest pattern in all of football to cover is the crossing receiver, because you have to stay with him so long. Now he turns him over to the safety. The safety's not there. That's Tim McDonald. He's trying to catch up. Too much time.
So Atlanta regains the lead. Johnson for the point after. Flag on the point after play.
Offside by the defense. Point is good. 5 yards on the kickoff. That's a timeout.
And so Atlanta in front by 4 again, 20-16. 30 Eastern. There's Bobby Hebert, who has led Atlanta back into the lead by 4, 20-16. 3-yard touchdown pass to Andre Rison.
Look at the old pooch kick.
The pooch kick.
You got to get on that.
Who got it? Who got the ball at the sideline?
That was a jump ball there.
It was a jump ball. Amp Lee.
Melvin Jenkins, they went up for it. Nobody got the jump ball. Got that NBA official, though.
The receiver's ball at the 30-yard line. 30-yard line.
So either went out the kicking team or it went out unimpeded, but it's going to be started from the 35. We'll be right back.
Don't be confused by this play. This isn't the NBA. Watch Amp Lee, number 22, and Melvin Jenkins tip ball, go up. That's nice work. That's a great shot. They move it out to the 30-yard line because of the penalty prior to the kick. It has to go 30 yards from the point, and that would put them on the 30 instead of the 35.
So San Francisco starting at their own 30-yard line, first down. And the 49ers are picking up their offense, averaging 8.8 a play. Of course, he had that big gainer by Logan on their last drive when they took the lead. Here's Logan again. And Logan this time runs into traffic right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Well, it's been defense. I'm sorry, Tim, but it's been defense or the lack of it now on both teams. Atlanta hasn't been able to stop San Francisco. San Francisco hasn't been able to stop Atlanta. And right now, it seems like it's going to be whoever has the ball last wins. And I tell you, if you're a 49er, I can't believe that you cannot throw a ball to John Taylor. John Taylor is one of the premier receivers in the game. He hasn't even sniffed it yet.
Now they have 2nd and 10 and a throwing down. And there is John Taylor making his first reception for a first down.
I love it when they listen to me like that. John Taylor commands respect, as does all the very good receivers in the league. See the big cushion, drive it, not just hook up. I want the first down, give me the ball. You love to watch a great player. I mean, when you see a guy like John Taylor, he's so smooth, he's so strong, he runs great routes, and you forget about him. That I don't understand.
Well, he got a first down at the 41-yard line, and they come back to him again, and Taylor may have another first down depending on where they spot the ball as he's driven back. They're certainly close to it.
Yeah, but Tim, you see the great strength of John Taylor there. You know, he won't go down with one guy. If they hear all the boos, they're not really, fans aren't pleased with it, piling on. But John Taylor is one of those guys, he's just very strong. Even when you look at him on practice on Friday when they're out in no pads, you see how the thick guy he is.
Well, his strength held him there with the forward progress for another 49er first down at the Atlanta 49. 20-16. Falcons on top. 4:36 to go in the third quarter. Waters picks his way for 5. Darian Connor, the linebacker, number 56. Mo Gardner's in on it, number 67.
And that just looks like a scrum there from rugby. And all of a sudden he comes out, you know, pick up of 5 yards. And the reason is their offensive line is moving the line of scrimmage. And this guy right here, Harris Barton, is a huge reason. Harris Barton was one of my favorite players when I was with this 49er group. He worries about absolutely everything, from my stance to the ball gone to what's for supper. You name it, he worries about it.
Second down and 5. Waters up to 76 yards rushing. Young just got that off to Logan, and Logan with a good turn gets up close to the first down marker. He'll be just short. Go back and talk a little bit about Harris Barton, certainly the premier tackle. Let's take a look at the Millen file on Harris Barton.
Well, these are the things that stand out with Harris. First of all, he's got tremendous hands and feet. You're not going to beat him. He's a master technician. He'll always stay in front of you. He never let you get to his shoulder either way. He's always got great technique. Now, in the film room, the coaches have even said, look, we just turn it over to Harris because he sees more sometimes than we do. But most important, this guy is the all-pro warrior. Now, look at his face. Let me tell you something. That's a smile for Harris Barton. He is not only a great player, but he is just a great guy.
Harris Barton, and certainly when you talk about maybe a little lack of leadership on the defensive side of the ball, he's one of those quiet leaders on the offensive side of the ball.
And everybody goes to him. You know, Harris Barton controls not only the coach's room, but in big team meetings, he's one of the guys you look to.
Third, less than a yard, and Young dives for it, and he's got it. Steve Young, first down, 49ers at the 37-yard line now of Atlanta. Young, 11 of 15, 135 yards coming into this drive. 2 more connections to John Taylor.
There's Big Harris. You know, Harris had a tough offseason. You know, his father's battling cancer, but he's from Atlanta, battling cancer back there, Paul Barton. And Harris is one of those guys who's always on his mind. You know, when I saw him on Friday when I came in, how's my dad's doing? Fine. You know, he's always thinking about him. He's out there playing hard for him, and he's with you all the time there, Mr. Barton.
First down for the 49ers, and Young goes for Rice. Rice has it to the 10-yard line. Scott Cates all over him, but there's Jerry Rice doing his thing.
Well, we said they had to get the hands into the wide receivers, Rice and Taylor. You saw 2 completions to Taylor. Now it's Rice's turn, and it's a great catch. He turns the safety around. Ball's there as the defender's there. Rice comes down with the catch. Rick Bryant also throwing the quarterback around.
So Young and Rice connect, and the 49ers on the doorstep at the 11-yard line. Waters plows his way for about 4. Connor is there, Jesse Solomon and Mike Gann. And the 49ers moving the ball at will. So both of these defenses who have struggled through the first 2 weeks of the season having their problems again here in week 3.
You know, and you think back with Steve Young having the flu and the way he's playing, I would think maybe they're going to want him to get sick more often.
Well, he's having a strong game Dean Gordon in at linebacker now for Atlanta. Young trying to find a man, getting some pressure now. Tim Green turns him back.
This is vintage Steve Young. Oh, he caught his own ball, tried to score. Unbelievable.
That might have been the worst pass he's thrown all day, but maybe he had it in mind.
Heck, he knew what he was doing right from the start. Watch the scramble, watch the feet. This is what you can't coach, and this is what you can't defend. Get out of my way, Tim Green. Now cut backfield, make Chuck Smith miss for the second time. Now watch the ball. He just pulled the string too much. Volleyballed it back. How's that gonna be marked? Young back to pass, complete to Young.
Gordon and Clark were the two Atlanta defenders. It looked like it went off Vinnie Clark, number 27, who got a hand on the ball and bounced it right back to Steve Young. But his alertness and presence of mind to keep going for the goal line, a remarkable play. We've seen a couple of bizarre plays in this game. Back in the first half, that fumble recovery by Wallace as it was knocked loose from Vinnie Clark, who had made an interception on Young.
And you watch that play, and it was just like the NBA following your shot. You take that shot, and you got to make sure you got to follow it. And Steve Young did just that.
Just short of the first down. He needed to get almost to the one for a first down.
There you go. He's got one less than John Taylor today. That's great. And it's easy to see why they call him the wild man.
He is exciting and talented. He's got a third down. He needs about a football for a first down. If they get there, then it'll be just a little more than a yard to the end zone. Atlanta by 4 with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Waters, touchdown.
If you're an Atlanta defender, you knew the play before it was going to start. Watch that fullback where he's going to go. He's going to lead you to where Ricky Waters ends up. Watch the fullback right here. He's going to take you right to the ball. Ricky Waters comes all the way. Good job there by Amp Lee. Good block. Matt was able to give him the time to get into the end zone.
Hofer for the point after. These have been a little adventurous the last couple of games, but he nails that. And the 49ers retake the lead. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. San Francisco 23, Atlanta 20. '49ers have retaken the lead, 23-20. Waters with a 2-yard touchdown run after the unusual, to say the least, pass from Steve Young to Steve Young off the hands of Vinnie Clark of Atlanta. That got him down to the 1-yard line, and Waters took it in. Hofer will kick it off, 23-20. We are just beginning the fourth quarter. Tim Ryan with Matt Millen. We've had plenty of excitement and unusual plays here in this football game. 2 fine displays of offense and 2 shaky displays of defense. Hofer's kickoff from the 5-yard line. Tony Smith. Flipped into traffic, and good second effort gets him out to the 24-yard line. Smith, the man who could have been the starting running back here, but Pegram has been the man. Let's go back and look at the first of the 2 bizarre plays we've seen today. First, the pass intended for Rice, off his hands, intercepted by Clark. Clark of Atlanta makes a nice little run back. He's hit by Wallace. And Wallace came up with the fumble, and he has not been back in the game. Now, Steve Young, watch this one again. Young, first of all, shows his incredible ability to escape from all kinds of bad things. The perils of Pauline look here. Away from Tim Green and Chuck Smith, and then his pass, a bad one, comes right back to him, setting up the touchdown. Hebert sack, which was not live.
Dennis Brown with a big sack. Little breakdown on the right side of that Atlanta offense. Dennis Brown takes advantage of it. Dennis Brown got great movement for a big guy. The first thing that sticks out to you when you're watching him, he's got all kinds. He looks like a much smaller man in his movement. His problem is he gasses. He just can't have the stamina. He doesn't have the stamina, rather, that he should have.
320-pounder. That's a lot to carry around for a full game of defense. 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. Hebert connects Pritchard, and Pritchard gets back about 7 on the play to the 26-yard line.
Here's a battle of big men. Watch Chris Hinton right here. Right there, I'm sorry, 75 and number 96, Dennis Brown. Now watch the movement. See, he gets to the corner. They bring Pegram in there, come in and have to help him. The problem, though, with Dennis Brown is he just gets tired. And what he has to be able to do is get himself in shape so that he can go down after down after down.
John Johnson made that tackle. It's 3rd down. A big defensive play here for the 49ers. Hebert overthrows Drew Hill. And Atlanta will have to punt. Second punt of the day coming up as the defense finally comes through for the 49ers on that series. Dennis Brown and Matt LaBounty getting the rush and creating the problem for Hebert. Rookie punter Alexander standing at his 11-yard line and hits a good punt. Dexter Carter at the 26. Five-yard return. Well, Steve Young doesn't always use Jerry Rice. Sometimes he uses another receiver. Where's number 8 instead of 80? How about that?
I think that's great.
49ers have the ball after a 25-yard punt return by Dexter Carter down to the 46-yard line of Atlanta. Play action on 1st down. Brings Young to the 11-yard line.
Great job by Jerry Rice. Yeah, I'm an all-pro receiver, but I'm a great football player.
35 yards.
I'm sorry. This is what you want your guys to do. Look, I'm not open. You see him running. Now look at this. And Steve Young does a great job of setting him up, too. And see the hands up? Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. No clip.
Well, he got called in the first half for blocking from behind. It cost them 10 yards, so that time he wanted to make sure the officials saw that he had the angle on that potential tackler. 1st down. Waters to the 6-yard line. 49ers up by 3 and threatening again.
Their offensive line is dominating the front down people of Atlanta. This San Francisco offensive line is just strong. It's big. It runs well. Good traps. It can do a lot of things. And one of the things it's doing today.
49ers up by 3 and threatening again.
Their offensive line is dominating the front down people of Atlanta. This San Francisco offensive line is just strong. It's big. It runs well. Good traps. It can do a lot of things. And one of the things it's doing today is just taking it to that defensive front.
They've had to go without Steve Wallace, hurt on that first bizarre play in the game. Harry Boatswain, number 65, has been there at left tackle. Waters, nowhere to go that time. Good defensive pursuit by the Falcons.
And that's their strength, Tim. That's exactly what Atlanta does. They get to the ball. Pierce Holt leading the charge. Everybody on that defense will run and get to the ball. What they can't do, what they don't do well, rather, is just stay stout right in the middle of the defense, and they don't have enough lead in their drawers to stop them when you run right at them.
Third down and 6 to get to the 1-yard line for a first. And that ball resting right on the pitcher's mound here at Candlestick Park. Man from Grambling.
Well, they bunch all those receivers to the right side of your screen. They're just going to let it clear. They're still zoning down here. They never allowed anybody to match up. Watch the motion come across. You'll see the receivers. Here's the first one. 1, 2. Now here he is. Open up. They continue to zone, so they just flood the zone.
Singleton cut by the Giants last year, getting a shot with the 49ers this year, and has a touchdown that widens the lead. With the Coper point after, it is 30-20, and we'll return to Candlestick Park after this message from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Watch Jerry Rice right here. He makes the play, doesn't make the touchdown. Watch the defense follow him. Hey, perfect. Opens the hole. 2 guys out here on Jerry Rice. No guys right here on Nate Singleton. 6 points, San Francisco.
Singleton's first catch of the season for the 49ers, and it's a touchdown catch. Well, our Demon researchers have been at work. Back in 1959, 49ers against the Rams. The quarterback's name was Y.A. Tittle for the 49ers. He threw a pass which was deflected, caught by Y.A. Tittle, and run for a 4-yard gain. So Steve Young probably had seen that in old black and white films and decided he wanted to try it too. Eric Pegram returning it to the 26-yard line. We'll return to Candlestick in a moment.
This game summary is sponsored by Bud Light.
Well, you can see San Francisco with 189 yards of rushing to 132 by Atlanta and 133 rush yards for Pegram. And look at Steve Young, 17 of 21. 3 touchdowns, one of them set up by one of the most bizarre plays you're going to see. Let's see it again.
This is not a bad day's work for a guy who's got the flu, got a bad thumb, been feeling the pressure by himself and the press. And, oh, did I forget to mention, he's one of the top receivers in the game.
There is nothing he can't do, and he was the MVP last year, and 2 games into the season for the kind of panic station media response in the Bay Area has been a little bit absurd. And reaching back to last year doesn't seem to me to have anything to do with anything at all. This is a new season.
Yep.
Bobby Hebert, meanwhile, not doing so badly either. 17 of 26, 131 yards. And Pegram. Pegram over the 45-yard line, and here's a guy that I think a lot of folks around the league have never heard of. He picks up another 21.
Well, he changed his number. Last year he was number 41. This year he's number 43. That makes a difference right away. But number 2, look at this. Look at this hole right here. Stretch the defense, turn back inside. Good job by Dukes. Good job by Hinton. Good job by Kennedy. He's finding the holes. You know, Bobby Hebert told us that Eric Pegram was a street ball player. That he was the kind of guy that's just handing the ball and who the heck knows where it's going to go.
Hebert throwing, and Haynes slipped. Lost his footing as the ball came, could not hold on.
Well, Eric Begum's been having a great day, and here's the reason why. But most of it's right here over the guards and center. That's Kennedy and Jamie Dukes and Chris Hinton. He's got 106 yards in the center of that line. And then every now and then he'll take it outside 8 times out of the 23. But the bottom line is he is running wild.
He is running wild. Bobby Hebert says he just likes to run where they ain't. He's not worried too much about the blocking schemes. Well, today he hasn't had to. There have been a lot of holes, and he's been running where they ain't. Second down, Pegram again. Pegram shakes off the tackle. He's a strong guy for a 185-pounder. He got through Dennis Brown that time. Mark Thomas finally nailed him, but not before, rather. He picked up 5 more. to midfield. Matt, you have to be impressed with the fact that they're running the ball so well here in Atlanta. Down by 10, that's what's been working for them. There's lots of time left for Atlanta, and if they just continue to do what's working, and that is giving Pegram a lot of work, they're still very much in this game.
They still have to get 2 scores.
3rd and 6 now. Wide open in the flat. Pritchard, first down.
9 out of 13 on 3rd down conversion for Atlanta with that catch by Pritchard. You know, Pritchard's one of the sneakiest guys you see. He's like the forgotten man. Watch it right here. Now first thing he does well is he knows where the first down marker is. Second thing he does well is he makes sure he has it. That's a mismatch if Bill Romanowski is supposed to be out there. I can't imagine that they would do that. Mike Pritchard is a sneaky guy. All of a sudden you look up, he's got 5 catches, 6 catches, 7 catches. First game of the season, you didn't even know it. He had 10 catches.
He's got 5 here, and that's as many as anybody else so far for Atlanta. Pegram this time nowhere to go. Romanowski, and Pegram stuck right at the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard.
There's Bill Romanowski, and there's 2 people up front. This guy right here, Bill Romanowski, and right here, Dennis Brown. Those are the 2 guys that they have to lean on. The San Francisco defense has to lean on them, and here's why. See that right there? They've got to be able to make plays like this down in and down out, not just every now and then. They're the only 2 on that defense with any kind of experience in that front down people.
2nd and 11. Hebert for Risen. Risen's got some running room. Out of bounds and a first down at the 25-yard line.
Andre Risen just ran right by Merton Hanks' angle. Merton Hanks had a great angle to make a hit, and he just blew right by it. Merton Hanks, number 36. Watch Risen. He's going to come across right here. Now watch Merton Hanks at the top of your screen. See that? He has a shot. He can take that shot. Just ran right by it. Now, one thing you can't teach is speed. You either have it or you don't. You're not going to develop it.
25-yard line. Atlanta driving, first down. 8:13 to go. 30 to 20. 49er lead. Hebert's got a man. Pritchard picks up close to 7 inside the 20. Tim McDonald on the tackle. Second down and 4 remaining for the Falcons here, just inside the 20-yard line. Hebert coolly driving the Falcons downfield. It's become a quarterback duel between Hebert and Steve Young. Defenses have not been a factor. Steve Broussard may have the first down depending on the spot. Broussard, the running back, who's been converted to wide receiver, but practiced most of this week at the tailback spot.
And Tim, and we spoke to the Atlanta coaches about Broussard because when he shows up on film, there's a guy with some great quickness. And he's kind of the match like Pegram, where you have to have that little kind of street ball in you to be able to run this offense, because there's not always going to be a big hole. Sometimes you have to create your own with your speed and your movement. Broussard has that.
Well, they moved him to a receiver, and he had the credentials from college at Washington State. One of only 2 players to win both the rushing and receiving titles in the Pac-10. The other was Ahmad Rashad. So he's a very talented player who was drafted #1 in 1990.
That was Bobby Moore at the time. Ahmad Rashad.
Mike Ruther, Mitch Lyons, and Keith Alex have come in to add some bulk here on the jumbo package for Atlanta on this short yardage situation. They need the length of a football to keep this drive going. A huge play here. 7:07 to go. Pegram, he's got it. First down, Atlanta to the 13-yard line of San Francisco.
And that's a tough run, and you don't even know it, but Dana Stubblefield should have had him in the backfield. but with his shoulders, he lowered them. Now watch him. He's going to come from the left side of your screen. Now watch Pegram use his shoulders. It's good running. Stubblefield has a chance. See that? See how he dipped his shoulder, got in there, able to bounce off. It's good running.
10th play of this drive, and what impresses me about Pegram today is the show of strength that he has. 5'9", 185-pounder. He's a strong guy who has broken tackles several times today. Good protection for Hebert to the end zone and nearly picked up. Intended for Drew Hill. Merton Hanks climbing high trying to grab it, and he hurt himself when he fell down to the ground.
He had a lot of time for that. This is one of the few times that he's made a bad decision. And of course, Merton Hanks makes a really nice play. Now watch, there's all kinds of time, no pressure. Let the ball go. Hanks gets up in the air. It's a good play by Merton Hanks. Not able. A lot of time. Here's the reason why. Watch Bob Whitfield and Todd Kelly up top. Chris Hinton inside. No pressure. Take your time.
Second down. Pegram inside the 10 to about the 9. They need to get to the 4-yard line for a first down with a third down coming up. Washington and Hanks on the tackle.
Tim, you hate to keep beating it over the head, but both offensive lines, San Francisco's and Atlanta's, has dominated this game. It's the storyline. Both running games have been going. They've had all kinds of time to throw the ball in the passing game. The defensive lines have to take over for either team to win.
Good play action by Hebert, and it is out of bounds. Flag down. Drew Hill made the catch, but he was right at the end line. There was a defender right on him, and we may have an interference call. We'll wait on this one. Hill was definitely not in the end zone when he made the catch, and not entirely in the end zone.
The receiver touched the line, went out of bounds, then caught the ball out of bounds. The pass is incomplete. There is no infraction on the play. It's fourth down.
Here it is.
Adam Grant, you can't really see his feet, but he was in, then out, then out.
I don't think there's any doubt that he was not in the end zone. He was already out, and because he was out of bounds, there's no infraction on Grant if they were thinking about interference.
Oh, he thought he had 6.
Well, you know what's confusing is that new line beyond the end zone line, and I think that he can look downfield and think that that's the end zone, but it's not. Johnson for the field goal try, and he's got it. 27-yard field goal, and it's down to 7 points with 5:28 to go. We're at Candlestick Park on a beautiful afternoon for football, and it has been exciting. As you can see, 30-23, San Francisco leading now with 5:28 to go. Falcons led early in the game. Johnson's 27-yard field goal has just brought them back to within a touchdown, and Johnson trying that pooch kick again, and it's taken at the 26-yard line on a fair catch by number 89 Wesley Walls, reserve tight end, who made an alert play with a fair catch.
Well, this is good coverage all the way around. Here's where he wants this guy right here. He's going to go out in the flat. Good coverage right here. Hebert looks for him first. They're trying to sneak him into the flat. See the coverage? Right. That's beautiful. Now look at the top up here. See, two lines up top. You're not seeing double. He's going to throw the ball. Hebert thinks he's in the back line. See this? There's 2 lines. Hebert thinks the back line is the end zone line, but he was wrong.
49er first down, run 25. Young throwing on first down. It's complete to Taylor. Taylor near the marker for a first down. Driven back. We'll see where they spot it.
Now, you see his strength all the time. That's a strong receiver right there.
He carried Pickens and Solomon there for several yards. Last 4 possessions for the 49ers, they've cranked up the offense.
Yeah, look at all the yards and look at the play. Forget all that. Look at this. Touchdown City, 4 of them. You can go out and do everything wrong and still get a touchdown, and it's a great drive. But if you do everything right and end up with nothing on the result, it's no good.
Double tight end formation now for San Francisco. Jamie Williams joining Brent Jones. Don't see this too often for them on first down. A little different look from the 36-yard line of San Francisco. This is Waters.
Oh, nice block by Harris Park.
And about a 9-yard gain to the 45-yard line of San Francisco.
As an all-pro tackle, he'll be strong at the point of the attack, and he'll be great with his hands and his feet. Watch right here. See this? He's going to pull. Harris Barton, number 79. He's a big guy who can run. Ralph Tam with block number 1. Beautiful. Watch this. Look at that. Jesse Tuggle. All-pro and all-pro.
95 yards on the day, 15 carries for Waters. Second down and a yard. And Young takes a timeout. Waters and Lee are in there together. Mark Logan has been a bit nicked. That may have caused some confusion. We'll be back. Scott Glenn at a special time, 8:30 Eastern, all tonight on CBS. Second and a long yard, and Waters has it. Waters and then some. Down to the 44-yard line of Atlanta. 13-yard pickup.
What a nice combination of speed and actually it's just a thing of beauty watching this guy. I think he's one of the prettiest runners in all of football. Watch this. Turn square the shoulders. Now watch the little juke. Boom. Look at that. Oh, you can't teach that.
106 yards on the day for Waters.
Watch Guy McIntyre come through. Great job. Offensive line. Good blocking all the way around. Ralph Tam, Harry Boatswain, Guy McIntyre, Jesse Sapolo.
Boatswain's been in there for Steve Wallace, who left after that strange play back in the first half. Waters up to 106 yards and a touchdown.
There's the offensive line coach, Bob McKittrick. One of the nicest heads in the National Football League right there. We say that laughingly, but a very, very bright guy. And, you know, a lot of criticism was thrown on him a lot of times because he likes to cut block and down block. And he always says, look, it's within the framework of the rules, and it's right. We never practiced any leg whipping or anything like that, but you know, he makes sure that the scheme is sound, what he's doing, and real bright guy.
First down from the 43-yard line. Reverse. Rice.
That could be 6, Tim.
It is. Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice gets the score. John Taylor makes the play. Watch him clear out. There's one guy to beat. Watch John Taylor. Look at this. This is a great job on Vinnie Clark. Cat and mouse, stay in the way. Don't let him get there.
Coker with a point after. And a 37-23 San Francisco lead. 3:27 to play.
I don't know, Tim. I'm getting confused. We got receivers running for touchdowns. We got quarterbacks catching passes. We got receivers. I mean, we got linemen taking handoffs. Look at the stride. Look at the speed. Look at John Taylor up top. .43 yards.
Well, now the Atlanta Falcons very much up against it. 3:27 on the clock. And, of course, we talked about the young pressure on Steve Young here in the Bay Area because his name isn't Joe Montana. Jerry Glanville feeling some pressure from the media in Atlanta. He says it's only from the media. But an 0-3 start, of course, creates problems for any coach anywhere in the league. And that belt buckle he has on his waist there, he was kiddingly saying, you know, he needs a bigger one on his back for the shots that are being fired at him down at Atlanta.
Yeah, initially you may not think that that's a belt buckle. It might look like a shield. He told us a story where wherever he went, he has some buddies who will always send him a belt buckle.
Bozeman, Montana. They're silversmiths up there. And they've had to send him one for each team. He's been in with 4 teams in the NFL. They're running out of silver. That's his story. Topher nailed the kickoff through the end zone. And so Atlanta will start from the 20. Now next Saturday, CBS Sports coverage of Major League Baseball heats up. The battle of the National League's 2 division leaders, the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Some of you will see a key AL West matchup, the Texas Rangers against the White Sox. It all starts with Baseball 93 at 2:30 Eastern. So Bobby Hebert, who had some heroics in his debut as a Falcon against his old mates, the Saints, in his first outing, coming in for Chris Miller last week, now has to make things happen in a hurry, and the Falcons have to get the ball back. 37-23, the deficit. Just as he released the ball, he took a hit, and the ball went over the head of Andre Rison, almost end over end. Washington with the pressure. New Orleans went to 3-0 with a victory earlier today over Detroit. 49ers can get to 2-1. Rams lost to the Giants. They fall to 1-2.
At this point, it looks like it's going to be 2-1 and 1-2. And 1-2, or 0-3 rather. I'm sorry.
On the second down, there's the 20-yard line. And again, a big hit, but a pass completion to Haynes. Haynes has the first down yardage. Hebert took a real shot from Dennis Brown.
Watch Dennis Brown come around the corner. Like we said, we see the great movement of the big guy. Turns the corner, and this is a good job of getting rid of the ball under pressure. That's 310 pounds laying on top of you.
Bobby Hebert is one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. That's never been in dispute. Short drop out for Rison. Rison can't hold on as he is nailed. Took a real shot from Adrian Hardy, number 45, the rookie.
Well, the defender and the ball got there at the same time.
Let's go back and listen to this one here as the rookie shows he's ready for the NFL. Adrian Hardy. Second down. Just over the 30-yard line. Long way to go for the Falcons. 2:40 remaining. Out there again to Rison, and Rison steps out of bounds, maybe just short of the marker. Rison didn't exactly get a good look at that marker, and he stepped out, appeared to be just short. Blue Jays tend to zip over the Twins today, while New York was being beaten by the Red Sox. Some other finals from baseball for you. Baltimore with a victory over Milwaukee.
June Jones, the offensive coordinator, looking at 3rd and short.
At the 40-yard line of Atlanta. Hebert.
Wow.
Hauled down by Eric Davis. Flag on the play downfield. Another fine run by Eric Pegram. Running stars born for the Atlanta Falcons here today. 29 yards on that one.
Personal foul, face mask, number 25 on the defense, 15 yards, touchdown.
Watch Eric Davis at the end of the play with Pegram turning the corner on him. Boy, the nice straight arm. That's the old double dip. You grab mine, I grab yours. It's just that Eric Davis got caught with the flag.
When they hold on that long, they get the 15-yarder, and that's what happened to Davis. So Atlanta quickly downfield now at the 16-yard line. Eric Pegram, 192 yards on the day. His previous claim to fame that he has a twin brother named Derek, who also has 2 R's in his name. And his name will be known around the league, and that is Rison touchdown.
Andre Rison finds a hole in his zone for 6 points.
2:20 to play. Bobby Hebert wasted no time firing that one to Andre Rison.
A lot of time to throw the ball. Just stand in there, be patient, wait for him to come open. Watch the pass protection. Nobody in sight. Just wait. Look at that. Right in the hole of the zone.
He was wide open. Johnson for the point after. Low snap, but Johnson got it up. Good job by Alexander to get that ball planted for the place kicker. A 16-yard touchdown pass from Hebert to Andre Rison.
Now watch this. First of all, nobody here gets there, and then down here there'll be a big hole right in the zone. Watch Andre Rison as the zone develops or doesn't develop. See, past the first level, right there, in between the safeties. Andre Rison told me last night he's getting ready to get onto the plane. He couldn't find any shoes, so he and Haynes had to dig through the garbage to find the shoes he had just thrown out because the shoe company forgot to send him some. So he's playing with garbage shoes today.
Well, they haven't hurt him too much. He's got them well broken in, I guess. Rison comes up with the score, and it's now just a 7-point difference. 2:20 to go. The way this game has gone, anything can happen in the final 2:20.
They scored awful quick. 80 yards in 1 minute and 7 seconds. There's Eric Wright. Now you talk about straight talk. This guy right here, that's Eric Wright. He'll give him straight talk.
49ers looking for the onside kick. '49ers with some hands people on that front line, and now they bring up even a few more, and they're looking for it out to this left side. Johnson hoping to get the big hop here. Let's see where he makes contact with his foot. And it's handled by the '49ers, but the ball comes loose. Falcons say they have it. Oh boy.
Everybody pointing and land a ball. There's only one point that matters, though.
And it is the Atlanta point. Falcons have it. 2:16 to play. There was an official signal.
Well, now it's getting pointed back the other way.
Well, yeah. And now there's another official signal.
See that guy? That guy right there, right in the middle. That's the only point that matters. You got the point drill going on. Atlanta pointing their way. San Francisco starts pointing their way. Doesn't matter.
Well, one official did point.
He went down, was touched on the ground, down by contact. First down.
Odessa Turner. They say Odessa Turner had the possession.
Well, there's the possession. Now he's going to go down. He's saying down by contact. Well, there's the contact. The ball's out. I think that's a fumble. He wasn't down all the way. He got whacked and the ball came out.
So that first official was pointing to the fact that Atlanta did come up with it, and then the ruling was that it was San Francisco ball by virtue of down by contact.
Watch it again. Odessa Turner. Now watch him get hit. Boink. Now the ball. No, it did hit the ground first. That's a good call. That's a good call.
Now the fans here booing Glanville's protest here. Glanville probably saw what we did as well, as that one official did signal in his favor.
Okay, he got whacked. See right there? See that? Look, there's the whack. He's down. Now it's out. That's a good call.
So it's 49er ball at the 42-yard line. Amp Lee gets a couple to the 40. 2:09 to go. 49ers have not been able to get Mark Logan back into the game because of a rib injury. Glanville still making a protest to the head linesman, Sid Seaman.
Atlanta's still all right. They got to stop him here for 2 downs, force the punt. They get the ball back at the end, they'll have a chance. They'll take this down to the 2-minute warning. That'll give them 3rd down if they can stop him on 2nd.
Logan, you see they're taping him up. They've had to go with Amp Lee when they wanted to have the 2-back set. Logan hurt earlier in this second half. So Amp Lee has been playing in a spot not normally occupied by him. Their backup fullback, Adam Walker, was inactive today with a hamstring pull. First-year man from Pittsburgh, not even dressed. Hebert hoping to get the ball back. Second down. At the 40-yard line. They need 8 for a first. Waters. Flag down. Waters got to the 35.
Waters got behind Harris Barton on the outside. But it's not going to matter. It looks like Ralph Tam, number 64, got called for the hold. Big penalty right there for Atlanta. Take that ball back.
Holding during the run. Number 64 on the offense. 10 yards. Still second down.
2:01 remaining.
Well, they're going to decline it and take third down.
Well, you know, I was just going to ask what you would do there, Matt, because I don't think this is a bad move at all. Make sure they get third down here. They're going to have to throw anyway. They've got 4 to go. Whether they throw longer or shorter, you've still got to stop them. This way you're taking it down away from them. I like this call on the part of the Atlanta Falcons.
Let's see if they force it with a blitz.
Waters. Come on. It's going to be close. It'll be close depending on the spot of the ball. Look at that Falcon defense. There's 5 guys. And Waters holding the ball up saying, I got there.
It looks like he's going to have that first down.
There'll be a measurement for sure.
Warning.
And we've reached the 2-minute warning. 1:54 officially on the clock. It's been wild. We'll be back.
Hammaker Summer is the catalog company.
It was established in 1848. We are the first one to introduce the toaster, the electric shaver.
They had been an AT&T customer for over 100 years. Now they're with MCI.
They said, tell us about your stores, tell us about your products. And they came up with a great package. They try to understand their customers' needs, and then they customize that package so that the customer truly benefits from service to savings or the attention that we need to get. MCI is the only choice.
I don't get it. Some guy bets 228 and makes $3 million bucks.
Can you imagine what Willie Mays would be worth today?
Yeah.
No holiday sweepstakes.
Another Heineken, right?
Yeah, please.
No blimp with our name on it. No racing team. None of that is what made Heineken the #1 imported beer in America.
Where's all that money come from?
Ticket prices.
Yeah, I guess.
And all those beer commercials.
I'm always looking for good ideas, so I said to the Xerox rep, what are you selling? Documents, she shoots back. Documents? You must be kidding. I don't have time. Precisely. That's what I'm selling, she says. Do all your printing electronically, save time and money. And I see it. Print all my catalogs in a week, not a month. Huge savings. I get it, I say. My documents are my time. Now you're talking, she says.
See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
It has been an entertaining football game and a devastating measurement there for Jerry Glanville at his first down, San Francisco. They made it by about an inch, as you can see. And it is first down. Now, mind you, it would have been fourth down there, and certainly it'd have to favor the 49ers' opportunity to push it from there, which they no doubt would have tried. Pegram, 192 yards. That's the most ever allowed to a running back by the 49ers. 192 yards. Willie Gallimore, way back in 1962, the great Bears running back, and 181 against San Francisco. And in fact, Pegram is only 10 yards short of the club record held by Gerald Riggs of Atlanta. First down, 49ers. They're in control, and Amp Lee gets a couple to the 30-yard line. 1:48 and counting down. And there's the final timeout taken by the Falcons. Well, next Sunday, doubleheader action here on CBS Sports. In the early game, the Packers play the Vikings. The Rams will be at Houston. Tampa Bay takes on Chicago. Phoenix at Detroit. Then in game 2, the 49ers, happy to get a victory here today, will go on against the unbeaten New Orleans Saints. It all starts at 12:30 Eastern with the NFL Today. All you need to know. 12:30 Eastern Time. Next Sunday here on CBS Sports. It'll be second down for the 49ers. Both quarterbacks with great days today. Steve Young, 18 of 22, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 catch.
One catch
from himself.
Yeah, and a big smile on his face, and you got those, look at the back of his helmet right there. He's got those fear marks from ducking his head, you know, and he had to run. But what a great day. He came out with the flu and he beat it.
I bet the flu's gone.
I would think that smile kind of says it all. Big day by Steve Young.
Flu's gone. Thumb feels better.
Big day for Bobby Hebert also. Number 3 right there.
Yeah, he did all he could. Again, 2 struggling defenses, and that's something both coaches have to be concerned about. 49ers don't have it easy in the next few weeks.
Well, there's a big game next week down in New Orleans, and that's always a classic. Then you have the Open, of course, in 2 weeks. Then Dallas. See what kind of a Dallas team there is tonight with Emmitt Smith back.
Second down. Amp Lee. Nowhere to go for Lee.
So he's making a mistake trying to fight there. Just fall down at this point.
1:36 and counting down as Atlanta has used up their timeouts.
I think Jerry Glanville's offensive line played very well today.
They did. So his offensive team played well, but like the 49ers, he's looking for some studs up there on the defensive front.
Well, he's got one in Pierce Holt, and that's it.
Well, a look at the scores from earlier today. Some interesting results. There's New Orleans' 3rd victory of the season. Today's game here in San Francisco, produced by Richard Zients and directed by Art Kempner. Coordinating producer of the NFL Today is Eric Mann, directed by Bob Mattina. The senior producer of the NFL on CBS is Ed Gorn, and the executive in charge of production is Rick Gentile. And we thank, as always, our exceptional technical crew. Great job in delivering the pictures and the videotape replays to you folks looking in. There'll be a 3rd down when time resumes here with 57 seconds remaining. The Falcons headed to an 0-3 mark. The 49ers to 2-1. There's a look at big Lincoln Kennedy. You can see 49ers in this division.
Yeah, talk about big. Look at this. They've been dominant against all these teams. 5 against the Rams, the Saints, the Falcons. But it isn't going to be easy this year because these dominating games have come with a dominating defense, and that clearly is not the case in San Francisco now.
Falcons have now won only 2 of their last 11 road games. Young, what a way to finish the game. We've seen it all here today. How do you figure that? Fakes a reverse to the other side, runs out himself with 42 seconds left.
He's a wild man.
Yeah, he's a wild man. Bryan and Clark put the tackle on him out there, and we talk about the toughness of Bobby Hebert. There's another tough physical quarterback in Steve Young.
And mentally tough. And he needed this game. He needed this game. He needed to come out and throw the ball well, which he has. He needed to get his confidence, and I think he's done that.
Waters just dropped for a loss, and that's going to do it. So the San Francisco 49ers stop the clock here. 7 seconds. No, the 7 seconds and 4th down, so Atlanta will get one more play. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, it's happened here before in the last play of the game. 2 years ago in Atlanta, they threw the Hail Mary. Well, this would have to be a catch and run, because he's not going to heave the thing 75 yards. It would be more than that, actually, from this drop.
Line of scrimmage at the 26-yard line.
Come on, baby!
A lot of real estate ahead of them for Bobby Hebert, but they've got Rison, Haynes, Pritchard all out to the right. Hebert airs it out. He did not get it. He just didn't get it. It's going to be knocked down and incomplete. Hebert did not get a good fling on that ball. And so it is over and official. The 49ers are 2-1. The Falcons go home 0-3. And we'll be back in a moment at Candlestick Park.